Hi guys, Billy back, and this time we're going to be looking at the Prank Villain, the 1/6 scale collectible figure by Mars Toys, aka Romero Joker from the 1966 Batman TV series and movie. Now I've been really looking forward to this one because I simply could not wait to see the final results from Mars Toys. I've seen pictures, I've even seen a couple of videos now, and I have to say I really like what I've seen so far. So with that, let's start getting unboxing the Clown Prince of Crime. Okay, on the packaging here you can see you've got a nice piece of artwork of Romero Joker. Not indicative of what you get in the packaging, but that's okay. Prank Villain, what an awful name, honestly. They could have chosen anything. They could have even chose maybe not Clown Prince of Crime, that's probably copyrighted as well. I don't know, they're running out of silly names to give these things, but doesn't really matter. You can see you've got all the woofs and the ha-ha-has and everything like that, and it just looks fun as hell. The product code is in the top right hand corner, it's MAT013A. And then on the side here you just got 1/6 scale collectible figure. And then on the back we've got some promo pictures of the figure itself. We've got Mars Toys Prank Villain. Let's see if we got any awful spelling in this. I can't see any now. They've even spelled suffocation right, that's pretty good. No, I can't see any bad spelling, but doesn't mean it's not there. And then we're going to slide this off nice and carefully because I don't want to knock everything over. And then inside we've got some nice old school 66 artwork of the Joker there. And then when we slide this slip cover off, oh, look at that. That looks awesome. There's so much going on in there, and you can see both layers. You can see the front layer and the back layer, and yes, 3 head sculpts. Overall, the packaging is lovely. I really like the pinks and the greens. They look so indicative of the 66 TV show. It all works really, really well. Okay, before we get everything out, I just want to say I really like how they wrapped everything up here. And my God, those collars, they don't half pop. You can see they've actually wrapped up the heads here with some foam and some plastic bags on them. Plastic on the hands, plastic on the feet. I really like that. It feels like they're really going to protect this figure out of the box. And I'm so glad they did it. It looks great.
And now, people of Gotham City, the moment you have all been waiting for.
And here he is just straight out of the box, and oh my God, does this figure come with quite a few hands. You're getting finger pointing hands, you're getting gripping hands, you're getting gun holding hands, you're getting thumbs up hands, you're getting relaxed hands, you're getting expressive hands, you're getting fist close hands. This thing is absolutely jam-packed full of hands. If there is a hand that you need that isn't in this set, then you've got to ask yourself the question, did you really need that hand in the first place? What I will say with the hands is that I think they feel a little bit matte and rough to the touch, which makes me wonder if they have been painted over with the pink paint rather than them actually being moulded out of a sort of pink plastic. And it'll be interesting to see how that paint lasts over time, especially with hands. If you're opening them up and putting things in the hands and stuff a lot, taking them on and off, taking lots of photos and whatnot, will the paint rub off onto the accessories, the weapons, that kind of thing? I really hope not. I do think some of that paint will crack off over time. But my God, do they look fantastic out of the box. He also comes with a little mask. He also comes with a bouquet of flowers, which he has used in the TV show, but the way they've been made, it feels like they were kind of inspired by the Phoenix Joker figure, you know, the Toy Zero one that came with a bouquet of flowers as well. He also comes with a pair of surfing shorts, which was very smart of them, because I know they're releasing a diorama surfboard later on to go with this figure. So if they give you the shorts, it's not too far of a stretch for you to stump up for that surfboard, is it? So I can see what they were doing there. Smart move. He also comes with a wonderful looking base with a Batman logo and Joker written on the front, all in 66 style text. It looks good. It's a basic Age of Ultron style base, and Hot Toys have used that way too much over the years, and now third party companies are just overusing it like mad. It seems to be everywhere, but it still is a nice looking base, and it is really well presented. I do think the silver plate on the front looks a tad cheap. It could have been a little bit more chrome and a little bit more metal looking. As it is, it looks a little bit like a sticker, which it probably is. And he also comes with a Dehydrator backpack and gun, and it looks absolutely fantastic. It's got the Big Ben Distillery written on the side, the Dehydrator. The colours pop. I mean, the oranges and the lime greens and that sort of lilac just really exemplifies the quality you're looking at here. And it's also got like a pearlescent coat over the top to make it look a little bit shiny as well, very much like it did in the movie. And then he's got that little coil inside the tube piece on the back, and my god, the details in it are amazing. I'm just absolutely really impressed with the accessories you get with this. It feels like Mars Toys are kind of not sticking the middle finger up to Hot Toys, but kind of showing Hot Toys where they went wrong. I don't see a huge difference, especially in those head sculpts, from Hot Toys to the Mars Toys one. And I think they used a really talented sculptor to make these head sculpts. All it needs is a really quality sculpt. Joker's a little bit easier, I think, to make than, say, most human people. And that's simply because where you've always got that sort of uncanny valley with flesh tones and things like that, it can really make it hard to create a realistic 1/6 scale figure. But you don't have that problem with characters like Yondu and Joker. They have blue skin, white skin. I personally feel they're a little bit easier to represent in 1/6 scale, and it's hard to F it up. And it shows with this guy, because not only did they do a good job with the head sculpts, they did a really good job with the paint application as well. This thing is just absolutely commanding, from the colours in the suit to the absolutely beautiful green shirt to that popping vivid green hair, the amazingly bright coloured hands, and those awesomely glossy eyes on all three head sculpts. Those eyes really bug out there. They're fantastic. Articulation wise, we've got him looking up about that much, looking down about that much. He can pivot side to side, turn left and right. Be careful of the neck here with the shirt. You don't want to damage this piece too much. The arms go up really high, but you can see there is a nice big shoulder pad in there. There is a bicep swivel. There is a double bend in the elbows, and the hands are on wrist pegs. Torso wise, he can bend forward about that much. He can bend back quite far, but again, be careful because you're going to be roughing up this suit, and this is a really nice tailored suit, so don't rough it up too much. He does have hip joints and he has swivel left to right. The legs can, god damn, they can Van Damme. They can go out to about there, and they're pretty firm. There is a thigh swivel. There is a double ratcheted knee. Oh, that's fantastic. And then he's also got ankle pegs. You can hear that. Oh, look at that. Those knees are going to last. Coming down and looking at the tailoring, you can see this bow tie sticks out a little bit, which is a slight pain, but my god, they've nailed the collared shirt, which always used to challenge 1/6 scale, but not anymore. It seems like even the third-party companies are locking this in, and it's fantastic. The suits just look way better because of it. You can see he's got this lovely sort of pinkish jacket on with the folded lapels, nice and clean, crisp. Lovely little buttons down the side here. The waist jacket underneath again matches with the fabrics. Little fake pockets there. Sort of like a pleated shirt underneath with, again, lovely size buttons. And then coming down into the striped trousers, again matching really well with the rest of the suit. And the only thing that lets it down a little bit, I think, is a slightly dull looking shoes that are a bit plastic fantastic and lack a little bit of detail, you know. He's even got little dark green socks on there, which is always appreciated, even though most of the time you will never see them. It's always nice to know for yourself how far these companies go with the details. The stitching is pretty good. The thickness of the jacket is spot on. It's not too thick. The waistcoat can feel a little thick, but again, this is 1/6 scale. You're not going to get the fabric to be as thin as it is small in this scale. It's not too round at the edges. The little fake pockets really sell this. I am super impressed with the tailoring on this guy. I thought it was going to be a little worse. I remember seeing their 89 Joker, and that was pretty good, but it was lacking a little bit with the fabrics they chose. You know, even now they were just showing that Hot Toys got it right the first time. But this one, I'm hard pressed to see how Hot Toys would have done much better, to be brutally honest. Okay, so overall, what do I think? Well, Out of the box, I was a little bit overwhelmed with just the amount of hand you get. The 3 head sculpts, the mask, the bouquet flowers, the shorts, the stand, the dehydrator gun, and the picture frame. The whole set works really well together. Oh my god, it's just embarrassing other companies the amount you get for the price. This feels like Mars Toys coming into their own a little bit. They're starting to stick their neck out and actually do some original work, and it is absolutely fantastic. I do think when they first started off, they started ripping off other people's head sculpts and things like that, and it doesn't seem like this was the case for this guy, and I'm just really glad of that, because it just makes everybody happy. Nobody can complain about this except maybe Warner Brothers DC, but hey, they get enough of our money, right? Let's not worry about their profits too much, shall we? But overall, this guy is absolutely blowing me away. The ratcheted knee joints are proving to me that this thing is going to last quite a while on the shelf. It would be nice if we got ratcheted joints in the elbows as well, simply because I know they will last even longer. But it's no big deal, because at the end of the day, as long as he can stand confidently, that's half the battle. When I first got this guy, I genuinely believed that I was going to stick with the original smiling head sculpt, but that surprised, expressive face is just winning me over every single time I look at it. They've nailed it, and it's really hard to do that. They've even got all the little details in the bottom of the mouth, the tiny, like there's a little bit of his teeth showing, but not too much of the teeth, which is a really nice touch. And they even faded the bottom of the neck with some flesh tones to show that his face paint doesn't go all the way down to the bottom of the neck, which is just amazing. And on every single head sculpt, they've nailed that moustache underneath the actual face paints. It's not too obvious, but it's also not hidden too much as well. The more I look at it, the more I'm impressed with that surprised, expressive face. I genuinely believe that's the way I'm going to pose this guy. I always thought I was just going to stick with the normal smiling sculpt. Not as big a fan of the mad laughing sculpt. Again, it hits the uncanny valley level. And it's not like they just recast the same head sculpt 3 times and gave it 3 different paint apps. All 3 are individual. All 3 are valid quality sculpts. If you're on the fence about this one, I genuinely think, yeah, you can jump off that fence and go pre-order this guy. I think they're doing a second batch now, and it is absolutely worth the money. So overall, if you're a Batman fan, if you're a Joker fan, this is a 100% order. You should have bought it already, and if you haven't, I'd say rectify that if you can. This is genuinely one you want to have in your collection. Now, they are doing another version of this guy. They showed him in his prison baseball gear, they showed him in the grey clown outfit, and they showed the surfboard diorama piece. And all of those, I could just say, this is going to be a fun release. It makes you smile. It really does. So I can 100% tell you this is definitely one you want to be picking up sooner rather than later. But as I always say, never strike Hot Toys off. Sometimes they will release or announce a figure and you will just like, where did that come from? So you never know, it could still be on the cards, and this figure could have been the springboard that makes them jump into action. But I'm hard pressed to see why you would want that one when this comes with so much and the head sculpts are just that good. But that's it for now, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe. If you do me a favour now, if you can get out of my cave, I'm going to go put this guy on the shelf next to all my other Jokers, because I think he's going to fit in very nicely. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.